905 Blizzconline and my predictions about the future of World of Warcraft. That's this week on the Raid Cooldown. So we do have our hands on 905 on the public test realm at the moment, and we're seeing some new stuff in the Maw. Although it's not fully implemented yet, it looks like there's some sort of new currency that you can acquire through an item that you buy from Venari, and then you walk around the map and channel that item into other things that you find in the Maw map. And in doing so, you receive this new currency. Some people are speculating that this may be the method by which we will create the second Maw mount, although it sort of remains to be seen at the moment. So we're going to hold off on commenting on that too much until it is fully implemented. We are also seeing Valor points being implemented, much to the dismay of the Mythic Plus community. It doesn't seem like you will be able to use Valor points to upgrade your gear to the same levels as you can get in PvP content at the moment, which is really what the Mythic Plus community is calling for, because many of them don't enjoy PvPing, and that seems to be how you get the best level of loot at the moment. However, I would be surprised if Blizzard doesn't come around on this one. If not by 9.05, then certainly by 9.1, I feel like there is going to be some more equality between the item levels that you'll be receiving for Mythic Plus and PvP. So, on to my Blizzconline predictions. So Blizzconline is next week, and I think it really is going to be an opportunity for Ian and the rest of the WoW team to outline the direction for World of Warcraft for the next year. I think we're going to see some news about basically the next year's worth of patches, maybe some little teasers about what those patches are going to be about. I think that we are going to see maybe some announcements for basically 9.1, definitely, 9.15 probably, and maybe 9.2. I think that May, roughly, is when we're going to see 9.1, although it may be June, given the late release of 9.05. I think 9.1 is basically going to be a mini raid, much like Halls of Valor from Legion. I think that it's going to be mostly Elune based, possibly Ardenweald, possibly Emerald Dream. I think that's the B plot at the moment for Shadowlands, and I think that that would make sense for like a mini raid, basically saving Tarunda from herself, possibly going after Helya in the Maw and destroying her and putting right all the stuff that happened with the souls of the Night Elves that died at Teldrassil. I think July, August is when we're going to see 9.1 releasing. I think that's what they're shooting for. I think we'll probably see, this will be a smaller patch, so I think it'll be like a new battleground would be nice to see, given that battlegrounds are in a bit of a state at the moment, and we haven't really had anything new there in quite some time. I think we'll probably see some more Torghast stuff, maybe some more Twisting Towers levels, maybe some more cosmetics to farm up. I think that October, November is when we're going to see 9.2, and I think that patch has pretty much got to be about stabilizing the Shadowlands in some way. I think that we may be waking up the Arbiter. I think we've probably got to deal with Kel'Thuzad, who's been sucked into the Maw. He's kind of like, he's not quite the big bad. Obviously, the Jailer is the big bad, and Sylvanas is the big bad at the moment. If we don't see a redemption arc for Sylvanas, but I think we haven't seen the end of that Kael'thas versus Kel'Thuzad battle, and I think that we may even see some Arthas stuff in here, since we haven't really seen or heard anything about Arthas since that Uther cutscene, and I think we might be communicating with him in some way. And my absolute tinfoil hat prediction is that Bolvar is going to need Arthas in some way to sort of counsel him on how to resist the jailer, and possibly Sylvanas may even need Arthas to counsel her on how to resist the jailer and his sort of influential power, so that she isn't like fully corrupted or something like that. So in terms of Classic, I think we're definitely going to see a Burning Crusade announcement. I don't think that would come as a surprise to anybody. I think probably sometime late this year, early next year is reasonable. It would be very surprising to me if the team weren't working on Burning Crusade since basically the release of Vanilla Classic. Yeah, I think that's pretty much a given at this point. Now, in terms of Diablo, I think we're pretty unlikely to see much news about Diablo 4. They pretty much ruled that out in a blue post recently. I think that we may see an Immortal release date, and I know that Immortal was a widely unpopular game when it was announced. However, anyone who's played any kind of like early beta testing kind of releases around Diablo Immortal have said that it is actually really good. It is still a mobile game, so I don't know, a lot of people really hate mobile games. I personally am going to check it out. As long as there isn't any pay to win or anything like that in there, then I think it's going to be pretty decent. Yeah, again, I don't think we're going to see much about Diablo 4. We may see some teaser gameplay, probably Barbarian focused. However, it would be really nice to see a new class. And if there is going to be a new class, my prediction would be that it would be some sort of like agility-based melee dagger-wielding rogue type. I think that I actually can't remember the last time we had one of those. Monk would be the closest thing in Diablo 3, so I think we will see some sort of like assassin kind of thing. Other predictions for new classes may be like an anti-paladin or a dark Templar sort of thing. I think that would be really cool. We've had paladins, we've had crusaders, so I think it would be really nice to see a sort of flip on that. A dark Templar kind of thing would be really cool. Finally, I don't think we're going to see much in terms of Overwatch this year. I think that we'll see some development updates about Overwatch 2, but nothing major. They've had a lot of really difficult sort of back-end issues with Overwatch 2, porting it into like a first-person shooter engine that they built for a StarCraft game that they were going to release but never did. And then it not working and stuff like that. So I think they're pretty early on still with development of Overwatch 2. I think most of the Overwatch 2 news that we're going to get is going to be about like esports and that kind of thing. That's your Raid Cooldown for this week, folks. My name's Spit, and as always, it really is a pleasure to be with you. I do apologize for the lack of videos that I've been releasing lately. I've just had a lot of personal stuff going on in my real life and have been quite ill lately, so hopefully I will be returning to a more regular schedule in the next few weeks, and you'll be seeing more of me. So until next time, stay safe and have a good BlizzCon.